I think you've been very articulate today in pointing out the blind spots in your own industry, which is admirable. So often people want to cover for that. And you've got a lot of years of experience behind you. So, is what you're telling us today widely understood in your industry, or are you having to go to conferences like this and really shake people and wake them up and say, guys and gals, we know we got to get better at this?
I, again, so just to put my reply in context, I'm a cybersecurity slash information security professional for over 30 years. I don't sell product. I believe in process over product. Now, what I'm saying is that my peers, my colleagues, when I go to cybersecurity conferences, what's said on the stage is not what's said at the bar. What's said at the bar is we are failing miserably. We are failing miserably. What's said at the bar is exactly what I was talking about in terms of our products don't work, our services don't work. We are not geared for success in our industry. We look at cybersecurity as the protection of ones and zeros, and this is about protecting data about people's lives, and we don't make that connection. We don't make that connection. When I was telling you, I walk into a board, that's one of the first questions I have. Any board members, their personal data, where their children go to school, their medical records, is that in the system? Put that in the system and see how much you would spend to protect that. Put some skin in the game. And that's what's missing, that disconnect by cybersecurity professionals who go on stage and talk about firewalls and then come off stage and talk about, it's funny, we said that cybersecurity, if you saw my tattoo, it's about protecting people, process, and technology, right? That's what every cybersecurity, people, process, and technology. And yet all we do is talk about technology. And we neglect the people and we neglect the process. We neglect the end users and we neglect the business process to integrate cybersecurity to get that culture and realize and make that appetite a living, working thing in the business. And so we neglect 2/3 of what we believe is the right cybersecurity strategy. So, and I tell you, people like me, maybe it's my age. I'm getting old, Brian. I'm getting cranky, but that's what we talk about: is where did we miss this? Why did we let vendors lead marketing messages? This is about protecting personal data about people's lives, and we're using products that don't work. And now we talk about that amongst ourselves, but we don't educate. We don't try to fix it. Let me just say this: we don't exercise when we buy something and it doesn't work. When you and I buy a flat screen TV and it doesn't work, we take it back. It's consumerism 101. Ralph Nader taught me that. Ralph Nader, fought tirelessly to put a seatbelt in get Detroit auto manufacturers to put seatbelt in cars. Where's that revolution in cybersecurity? We have products that don't work. Why aren't we taking them back? Why aren't we applying the same excellence that we demand of everything we buy to our own industry? That's what cybersecurity experts talk about at the bar, but they never talk about it on the stage and try to affect real change. But if you and I and started buying and starting, you say, well, wait a minute, this anti-malware solution doesn't work. I want my money back, please. I've got ransomware. Do you want to pay for this? And I've got a brother who sends back a glass of Coke because it doesn't have enough ice in it. And he's got a small business, and his ISP is sent a denial of service and knocked his business out. And he calls me, and I said, well, call your ISP and ask him, what are you going to do about, I've got a denial of service and I got malware over my connection, of your internet connection. Why don't we, there seems to be a lack of consumer anger in our industry. And that's what cybersecurity experts talk about at the bar.